Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are, and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to use just this one shader brush to create two eyeshadow looks. Now I'll be showing you what you can do with this brush and a microfiber towel cloth. So we'll start off with the transition shade. I'll be using the shade Toast from the sleek Au Naturel palette. So with the transition shade Toast, you just dip your brush in halfway on both sides, including the tip of the brush, and tap off the excess, and then apply it with the tip pointing towards your eye and slowly blend. I decided to zoom you guys a little bit out just so you can see how I hold the brush and how I use it to blend. So as you can see, my hand is near the end of the brush. This will help make the blending a little bit easier as you don't have much control with the brush. So we're still adding the transition shade. Still the same thing we did on the other side. Another way to help you blend is to wipe away the excess product from your brush on the microfiber towel cloth so that you have a clean brush that you can use to blend. How you apply the transition shade is how you will blend the rest of this eyeshadow. So just use the now cleaned off brush just to blend it more. Now again, wipe off the excess product, and now we're gonna move on to our mid-tone shade. I'm going to use the shade Bark as our mid-tone shade. I'm just going to coat the very tip of the brush and then apply that to the outer corners. So as you can see, I just applied it on the outer corners, 1/3 of the way in. You'll be hearing this a lot from me in this video, but wipe off the excess powder, the excess shadow on your microfiber towel. And then, as same with the transition shade, we're now going to use our clean brush to blend. So the reason I didn't bring that shadow all the way in is because when we blend it, that will bring the shadow a little bit more in. So we have room to blend without muddying everything, making everything too dark. So still the same with the transition shade, we're still going to blend the same way. If the tip of the brush can no longer blend it, we're going to use the actual side of the brush to blend. So we're going to do a slight patting motion to blend the eyeshadow more. Notice that it's no longer blending as well as you wish because of the limitation of this specific brush. You can take your transition shade on your actual brush and use that to help you blend. So you can either apply this to the edges just to blend, or you can actually go over the actual shadow and blend. You can just deepen that again if you want to. Again, wiping off the excess product and then blending again. A lot of patting motions in this, as this is the way you will blend this shadow. So because I did lose quite a bit of darkness, I'm just gonna add a teensy tiny little bit more just to bring that back. So just right here. Again, wipe off excess, blend, and there you have it. Now we're just gonna repeat the same technique we did on the other eye. I'm gonna time lapse that for you so you can have another point of reference of me just doing it and without me interrupting with all the talking. So now we're gonna use the eye shading brush for what it's meant to add shadow to the lids. So I'm going to use the shade Taupe as our lid color. So take the shadow on your brush and pat it on your lids. So I just finished the rest of my makeup and this is the entire look. This look is completely fine and good for every day, but I will still show you another look that'll be more party or night look appropriate. So I will still be using just one brush and the same palette. We're gonna go for the black, and the same way we applied the outer V color, that is how we're going to apply the black. Take it on the tip of your brush and apply that slowly. Instead of adding this black or your darkest shade 1/3 of the way in, you're just gonna add it 1/4 of the way in. So if you split your eye into 4, just the very outer area. So have patience and take your time. Now if you're having a harder time blending because there's excess color on your brush, just wipe it off again and blend. Same way you did the patting, blending motion. It'll definitely help a lot. Don't be afraid to use all the sides of your brush to blend if it makes it easier for you. The same with the previous technique, take your transition shade and use that on the outer edges to help blend. Now this is my personal preference for a smoky eye because I find that having a lighter shade on the lids opens up my eyes. Another option you have is instead of adding the black on the outer corners, you can add the black where we added the light shimmery shade taupe, so that'll be the more classic gradation from the darkest to the lightest kind of smoky eye. Now for the next step, we are going to add a dark shade on our lower lash line to make this look a little bit more smoky. We're just gonna use the tip of the brush to add the shade Bark, the one we used for our crease earlier, and apply that on the lower lash line. So we're not going straight for black on the lower lash line because we want a gradation, not an immediate black. We want this to look blended. You could finish off with this, or you could add a black liner on the inner rim to make this look a little bit smokier. So look number 2 done. Now feel free to change the lip color to what you want and what you feel like wearing. If you don't like this specific smoky eye, what you can do is recreate the first look, but instead of applying the shimmery lid color, just straight go for the black shade. So that will give you the classic darkest to the lightest shade smoky eye. Now I chose this brush because a flat shader brush is one of the most common eyeshadow brushes you will find. I would just like to add that if you do this technique and you find it difficult, I would suggest you practice, because to be honest, this isn't the most beginner friendly technique. Having an actual blending brush will make this process a lot easier, because you have a specific brush that is actually meant for blending. So I would honestly consider this around intermediate level. It is doable, but you just have to really practice with it. It is very possible to create an entire eye look with blending brushes like these, and so if you do want to see a full eyeshadow look tutorial using blending brushes, tell me in the comment section below and I'll do that video for you guys. So this is good for people who travel because you don't have to bring that many brushes, and if you don't have that many brushes in the first place, you can maximize one of the most common eyeshadow brushes out there. There are more than one kind of flat shader brushes. There are more that are fluffier and definitely better and easier for blending. I'll insert reference photos somewhere on the screen so you can see the difference. If you want to see more tutorials like this where I just use one brush to create a look, leave a comment down below on what that brush is. So if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and till the next one, bye everyone! The dogs just had to bark at the last part.